London, are you ready? Star Hot Promotions and Olympic Entertainment presents Chief Imo in London, featuring Sister Maggie, Daddy Shoki, Black Paddy, Kevin Sapp, Obaro T-Blaze, Mr. C, Don Nice, MC A1, Veritunes, Afro Swag, and many more. Date, Saturday the 11th of June 2022. Time, 6 p.m. till Mama calls. Venue, the Selby Center, Selby Road, Tottenham, London. Ticket, table for 10, £500. Standard ticket, £35. Get your tickets today at www.eventbrite.co.uk or www.cocobar.com. Chief Imo in London. This one go hot, oh. You don't want to miss it. You see past Coca-Cola, oh. You know be bitter cola.
So Chief Imo in London, this one go hot, oh. Be rest assured that myself, I will be having next week, Friday, before the event, I would have an evening in London with Chief Imo, Maggie, and Daddy Shoki. Mazezoke will be there live. Meanwhile, this week, for those of you who are from Germany who understand what this means, I am going to be drinking this. That is Weiss beer. You know why? Why I will be doing that? Because the political landscape is nothing but a very interesting one. You see, sometimes some of you would think, you know, there is something with critical analysis, and sometimes I don't know why it eludes some people. Many years ago, some of these things happening now, we saw it coming. But many of you called us names. Many of you said, oh, they put their eggs in one basket. Oh, they hate Mr. A, they hate Mr. B. The same hate. Come on, that's too strong a language to use. But suddenly, you are beginning to say that we no go agree, we just got the drag trouser. Nigeria from top to bottom.
ABC, Nigeria from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom,
Top to bottom, top to bottom. Oh dear, good evening once more. My name is Mazezoke, and this is Mazezoke's Friday Hangout. This Friday Hangout is going to be interesting. You know why? Let me take us down the memory lane. In 2013-2014, after contesting the 2011 election, President Muhammadu Buhari stopped, he cried, and he thought, well, Nigerians didn't want me. Why? He came with Chubo Kadibo, a man I have so much and immense respect for, a man I consider a mentor, a man whom I wanted to follow his footsteps to the point of going to study in the country where he studied, just because I needed to recreate something he stands for. He ran with him, and Nigerians, again, pay attention here, not Ndibo, but Nigerians rejected that combination. Anyway, before I continue, if you haven't subscribed to this platform, please, by all means, do. If you like what we do here, by all means, do subscribe. Remember to click on the bell notification that anytime I come online, anytime we post something, that you will be among the first to know. Now, to continue, Nigerians didn't vote for him. In 2007, he came with Chief Edwin Umezo, okay? Nigerians rejected him. In 2011, he thought, well, what can I do now? Let me go grab a pastor because I've been considered a fundamentalist in the minds of Nigerians, in the minds of people. He went in and he brought a pastor. Nigerians still rejected him. Tinubu, according to Professor Pato Tume, Tinubu reached out and they gone to see him. And they met him, they agreed, and they struck a deal. The initial plan, according to Tinubu this time around, was that he was going to be his running mate. But when the NPDP, remember the NPDP, that is the Bukola Saraki, Kwankwaso, Rotimi Chibika Mechi, when all of them broke away from the PDP and formed the NPDP, meaning the new PDP, they joined the AFC, of regressive confidence. So when they joined the AFC, what then happened? A new party emerged, even APGA. Rochas Okorocha, many of you who do not remember, Rochas Okorocha was elected governor of Imo State under the platform of All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, that was formed by Chekwas Okorie. Eventually, through some political maneuvering, Victor Ume took over, and today, being the 3rd of June 2023, see, I'm in the future, 2022, Victor Ume has already decamped from APGA today. Victor Ume is in Labour Party, the party where Peter Obi is. Victor Ume, contested the senatorial seat in Labour, and he has won the senatorial seat today. A lot is happening. So that's the reason why you need to be here, because you break down this news, make it out of all the senselessness, you try to make sense out of it. See, reason why you have to subscribe. That's number one. Now, if you now go back and look at all this trajectory, Buhari merged with some certain group. They were able to wrestle power because Goodluck Jonathan gave them the ground and gave them the impetus by the fact that there are some decisions, many, including myself at that point, believed that Jonathan didn't take some decisive actions. In hindsight, many will now say, nah, that was jumping from fire to frying pan. But the rest then today is history, people. What am I driving at? Bola Ahmed Tinubu had hoped that Buhari would pick him, or rather, that was the deal with Buhari. But when Bukola Saraki came in, according to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Bola Ahmed then argues that Bukola Saraki wanted to become Senate president. And because he's a Muslim, then it will be an aberration, and Nigerians will react if the president, a Muslim, vice, Tinubu, a Muslim, Senate President Saraki from Kwara, a Muslim, that will ilk Nigerians, and probably that is going to affect the merger that was done at that point. That is in Tinubu's narration. We haven't heard from Saraki, because Saraki at some point might. But if you go back and listen to what FKK, that is Femi Fani Kayode, what he said when he left the APC, because he was part of them, he actually alluded to the same fact. He said that it was satanic. You recall when he was saying that he would never, over his dead body, that he would never go back to that party. Do you recall? You want me to remind me? One thing is that we don't forget, no matter how they look at it, no matter how they dice it, no matter how they slice it, we here do not forget. Have a listen.
Party which you stood for, and which perhaps some of the stands that you had is giving you this kind of trouble that you're seeing today, is in crisis right now. Yeah. Are you sticking with the party?
But of course, the PDP is my party. I will never leave the party.
You're never considering going back to the APC?
I would never. The APC, absolutely out of the question. Until kingdom comes, until Jesus returns, that will never happen. I would never. The APC, absolutely out of the question. I would never. The APC, absolutely out of the question.
So at this point, Fani Kayode was saying that he would never go back into the APC. Let's not bore you with the reason why he said that, because at that point, he was arguing that there was a Muslim ticket on play. Recall, if you go back to history, in 1992, 1993, there was also a Muslim ticket. Moshood Abiola and Babagana Kingibe. That was a Muslim ticket. But again, Nigeria has evolved backwards to the point where if you do not consider these things, you're no longer going to make progress. And that's where we find ourselves today. And where are we headed to? Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a man who ensured that Buhari emerged in 2015. He did not make Buhari president as he claimed. He had no such powers too, but no one would also deny the fact that his engagement and his political sagacity in bringing people together helped Buhari in becoming the president of Nigeria. When Buhari was sick, the same man was sidelined. You know, sometimes there is, that's why I respect my ancestors so much. Because they are a wise people. They say, the death that will kill a dog does not allow that dog to perceive the smell of shit. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you had your time. Buhari had his first time, performed abysmally, woefully, sidelined you. Suddenly, he came back after you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Pabisi Akande had visited him. Suddenly, they want you back because of re-election campaign. But again, because Nigeria is a turn-by-turn enterprise, he, at that point, believed that when President Muhammadu Buhari will finish, he would then hand over the presidency to him. Some of you on Twitter are very, very, very disrespectful of your elders. Some of you are basically saying, is the Asorok now an old people's home, or is Asorok now a place of poo-pooing and woo-wooing? But again, I do not accuse anybody of poo-pooing and woo-wooing, but I'm just saying what some of you are writing online, because I read them, what you're writing online. Yesterday being Thursday, Bola Ahmed Tinubu had what I call political meltdown. Let me bring in the Arise crew and let us look at what led to Bola Ahmed Tinubu having this meltdown. Okay, Tundu. Aya na Tundu.
Trending. Presidential aspirant Bola Ahmed Tinubu set social media abuzz on Thursday after a video surfaced online where he alleged that without him, President Muhammadu Buhari will not have won the presidential election in 2015. Tinubu also took a swipe at Dakpo Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State, stating that the APC did not want to give him the governorship ticket in the build-up to the 2019 election and that he did much to ensure his success at the polls. Let's take a look before we take some reactions.
Tí o bá sí àwa èmi tí ń dúró wájú yìí tí ń lérí ogun tí ní òkè Buhari nìṣó ká máa bá lọ kò lè di president ó ṣe kìíní olùlẹ̀ ó ṣe kejì olùlẹ̀ ó ṣe kẹta olùlẹ̀ ó tiẹ̀ sunkún lórí tẹlifíṣàn pé láyé òun ò tún rán mọ́ mo dẹ̀ lọ bá ń Kaduna wà rán ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n kọ́ lélẹ̀ àdúró tiẹ̀ wà á dẹ̀ wọlé.
I cannot understand Yoruba. Olule. Meaning he contested the first one, he failed. Second one, he failed. Third one, Olule.
Nǹkan ní pé o ní fọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ṣeré. Ó dẹ̀ gbà. Àtijọ́ tó yẹ ti débẹ̀, mi ò gba mínísítà, mi ò gba contract, mi ì tọrọ ọbẹ̀, mi ì tọrọ gàrí, mi ì tọrọ fúra lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Eléyìí tí mo protect àwọn ọmọ tí mo gbé dání tó èmi náà fẹ́ ṣe president. Mi ò fẹ́ kán pa mí mọ́tàn. Ilé lọ́dún mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ̀n sí tí mo ti ń sìn wọ́n bọ̀. Eléyìí tó jókòó lẹ́yìn mi dàpọ̀. Ṣé wàá lè sọ òpó lè di ìdádì gómìnà tí ó bá ti.
At this point, he took a swipe at Governor Dakwa.
Well, let's take some tweets. Tagbo wrote, so did Dakwa Abiodun not hear Tinubu describe him as a lehi, which loosely means this one, a governor. Even if you made him, you don't reduce him to nothing in the presence of his people. How can you call a sitting governor a lehi? Oh, Gao. Well, Abiodun, in response, says, Tinubu has every right to say to Dakwa Abiodun's face that he played a huge role in making him a governor. That's not disrespectful. That's saying it exactly as it is. Who doesn't know that Tinubu was a kingmaker in Southwest politics? I'm sure Dakwa Abiodun doesn't feel offended. Well, Premier wrote, Tinubu said he made Dakwa Abiodun the governor and made Buhari the president. His boys also said he made Osibajo, Lai, Fashola, and almost everybody in present political space. Well, since Tinubu made everyone in politics, he should go to SDP and make himself the president. Well, Olusegun wrote, Tinubu that chose his successor, Fashola, his successor, Ambode, his successor, Sanwo-Olu, and his successor, Sanwo-Olu, does not want Buhari to choose his own successor. He wants internal democracy and party autonomy. Not be juju be that. Well, here is a cartoon illustration showing Tinubu's struggling to get on a bus with the...
Oh dear, this one is the hammer. Now, this is Tinubu. Tinubu has done a lie. Oh, I give it to my good friend. Asuko. Asuko, I believe Asuko is a legend. I have canvassed that Asuko should be given an honor. It should be given MON. You know, member order of the Niger. Asuko is indeed a legend. You can't beat what Asuko has done here. You know, you can't beat that. No be juju be that. Now Tinubu has suddenly turned to Alaye, dragging it, saying, it is my turn. You see the Hausa person there, you see the Niger Delta person there with the red tie, and you see the Igbo man there. Everyone is standing looking at him and say, waiting there happen. Waiting there happen. I want to make a pupuye now. I'll be waiting about for me. Give me that ticket, Joe. I'll take a ticket on my own, Joe. Give me the ticket, Joe. Wait till they create. Give me the ticket. You see, as the Buhari they look at. Buhari look at me. Often his song gap state. He said, "Kai, what I they worry me for this man? What they call me? They look me for eye. This man they wear eyeglass like they mimic a Wolowone. But this man, as they look me like this, they look me like somebody I don't take me for Amburumene. Eh? What they drag me for this bus? Leave me, they give me for this ticket. They give them for you know what they talk me? That one where Aji is a Carlo. That Aji is a Carlo for Abia State where he don't TP Abia State money for 60.7 billion. No, now 7.2 billion. That one where hopeless Isa Demma for Imo Sket I they support. They call me for rubber stamp for Senate president. So that one I they support everybody. That one I they go. I they go that where everybody they go. Everybody they go. What they do me for Alaye? Kai Mutani Nigeria na Basha Buhari Adam best. Make it they telling me everything. Everything ni Buhari I they flan me for something that is not good for Nigeria. If you flan and finish, they go come out. They go for foreign country. You don't flan. You know Tinubu I go best. So Buhari I don't come out. Buhari is not in Nigeria now. That's why Tinubu they go everywhere. They go everywhere. They best because Tinubu I don't read me the handwriting where he dey for wall. They call him for Bible. Take. Not be like that.
Caption. Alaye, this thing now turn by turn. Now my turn be this. I know mine to fight dirty. No try me. Others pulled out a video of Diana Ross's It's My Turn. Let's take a listen.
It's my turn to see what I can see. I hope you'll understand. This time's just for me because it's my turn. It's my turn. Yes, it's my turn. And there ain't.
It's my turn to do it. These people are so.
OG, I can sing better than you. How can you sing like that? Which one are you want to sing? You want to sing treble, abi treble, or you want to sing soprano, alto, abi na bass? Which one I go sing? If you vote now, I go sing. I heard to sing, it's my turn. I heard to sing, it's my turn. I heard to sing, it's my turn. I heard to sing for the what that one with the column for bass. It's my turn. Oh, this evening in Nigeria now from you don't go from top to bottom. Now from top to bottom.
ABC, Nigeria, from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom.
Nigeria na tough to bottom. Nigeria na tough to bottom. Okay, on a serious note here, people, you know this is a Friday hangout. We got to ensure that we have some fun. But while we have our fun, make sure you have something to drink. Because Nigeria, I have my beer. See, this one on my own. Na kurumbaka. Na German, they call me for kurumbaka. If you drink them, waiting if you don't finish them, is equivalent to Frada no where you don't come out them for free. You go sit for 2 weeks. If you bring a kunu, you don't come out them for free. You leave them after 3 days. I go rice. I go begin the taste somehow. If they take my eye, I go clear. I go to see spirit. Now that is spirit where it done they see. Where some people for inside FEC. Now the eye it done they clear. They done they see that sense spirit. But here they telling me for many years, nobody it believe me. But now it done they see spirit. Spirit it done they come. It done they come now. Now from top to bottom we they go. Who they go from top to bottom? Who go see them?
Social media. It's our turn. It's his turn, Tinubu. It's his turn, Tundu.
It's his turn.
Right,
and that's the crux of the argument. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really have an issue with his argument that we made a deal, now pay up, between two human beings. That's not a problem. But this is not between two human beings.
No.
This is about the entire country. That is the real issue here, you know? And obviously he feels betrayed. He clearly feels quite upset. He's taking great umbrage at the way things are going. And he clearly knows something that we don't. We're still saying, oh, let's all wait and find out what happens at the APC primaries. It's very clear that Asiwaju Tinubu knows more than we do. I think he's read the tea leaves after President Muhammadu Buhari talked about reciprocity between himself and the governors. He knows it's not going to be me, and he clearly feels that it bloody well should be. Having said that, it's not about us. That's what bothers me. I talked to Mr. Efene's segment earlier about America and how this gun debate is still raging. There should be no debate. It's your job to protect the children in your country from being killed, murdered in their classroom, you know? But it continues to be a debate. Politicians think only about themselves. That is all I heard, crystal clear from Asiwaju Tinubu. Even that whole debate about him supposedly being proposed as a VP candidate with President Buhari, a Muslim ticket cannot work. It wasn't argued that a Muslim ticket cannot work now in Nigeria because of, you know, certain sensibilities, the importance of representation, making Christians feel that they have some ownership as well. No, it was because of one person's ambition, according to him, Bukola Saraki, who wanted to be Senate president. I thought that was really striking, and I thought extremely off-putting about the entire political process. They don't care about us. I also talked earlier about the Eleyi to our governor, Dakwa Abiodun, and I agree with the second tweet that you read. I don't think our governor was offended because the camera panned to him and he nodded. I don't think he took any offense to that at all. I think maybe he just thinks it's a phrase that he decided to use, whatever. But he did go into detail. They tore your posters. They didn't want you. if not for me, but it didn't seem to offend him. I don't think President Muhammadu Buhari will be that sanguine. I don't think President Muhammadu Buhari will hear Olule, Olule, and Unsuku and nod the way Governor Abiodun did.
Means he was crying.
Yes, he was crying. I don't think he will sit there and nod like Governor Abiodun did. I think his reaction will be quite different.
Yes, I agree with you, Tundu, but I don't think that it was called for him to have disrespected the governor. I felt that it was a disrespect. What do you think?
I don't think so either.
Wow, a sitting governor is Elei.
I mean, it felt like harsh. I thought it was very harsh.
No, I mean, it was. You can't, while I may not agree on this nomenclature of saying His Excellency when no one is excellent in whatever he or she does, but at least it is, lack of decorum to refer to a sitting governor as that one over there. That one over there. Come on. Elei. You know why this thing is getting interesting? The Southeast delegates in the APC, they issued a statement which, let me see if I can pull up that statement. They issued a statement, and this is what and where all of us need to understand something. They issued a statement saying that as it is, they have decided to support, what's it called again? Ahmed Lawan. Their argument is, and this has divided the internet. Initially when I read it, I felt disappointed because you have 8 people contesting from the Southeast, but I think he's been trimmed down now. If you take Okorocha, who was not, who has been disqualified because he obviously could not attend the screening. But if you take someone like Oboniono, Emeka Nwajuba, the governor of Ebonyi State, right? The governor of Ebonyi State, who again? There's when you take all of them together, you find out that before now, people, including myself, had called for a collective South in political approaches. A collective South where decisions that affect the South should be reached at that level, where critical decisions should be, should be made for the benefit of the collective South. But where a certain segment of the nation, especially within the South-South and the Southwest, appears to be in a variance, they appear not to be in agreement with this. One thing then you then ask yourself, and that is the argument Ojus Okalu is making. If you people say the Southeast is not going to get it, then the Southeast will not give their vote to anybody from the South. What it then inadvertently means that you are likely to see within the APC a Northeast person emerge from the APC. The argument is, if the PDP has produced someone from the Northeast, that the APC should also produce someone from the Northeast. The only reason why they are now running away is because I feel so sad that our brothers and sisters from the South could not see the argument and the reason why they should support anyone from the Southeast. My good brothers from the Yoruba nation watching now, I think if we seek and if we look deep into our conscience, note that the Yorubas have been, or rather that have governed Nigeria for good 8 years under the former President Olusegun Matthew Remu Obasanjo, and they have become eminently also under the Vice President of Professor Yemi Osibanjo for 8 good years. It is only fair that we make some concessions. We know when it comes to numbers, yes, you know when it comes to strength, you know when it comes to maneuvering, that certain things could be done, but it is only fair. Now, because that fairness appears not to, in both parties, not only APC, in PDP, where the Igbos have acted and worked their ass off for the past 23 years, by next year it's going to be 24 years. In the APC, in the last 7, 8 years, 7, 8, 9 years now, and anyone tells you that Igbos weren't involved in the APC is also a liar, because you had the Obonion, who was the chairman of ANPP, and you had Rocha Sokorocha Okonkwo, the faction of APCA that moved into the APC merger. These were men who also contributed their own quota. No one. All the things and treaties that we made, no one appeared unwilling to listen to that. Suddenly, the same people, and I'm talking about fairness. Then I ask, how does that fairness, how does that taste? Because we are doing ourselves. It's just that sometimes, politicians appear not to have conscience. It's about them, just as people say here. The reason why Tinubu is having this meltdown is it appears that the coffee is about to be served to him, and he has smelled the coffee. Suddenly, he's having a meltdown.
I thought it was
the government didn't mind. I'm not going to cry more than the bereaved.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, if you called him a lay, His Excellency Dakwa Abiodun replied anyway by saying that we will do what is right. Underline what is right. We will see what is right by Monday.
Very cryptic.
Underline what is right, because no governor will take that line down, even if he didn't show facial reaction. You see, the Yorubas have a saying that it is every lizard that lies on the ground with his stomach. You don't know the lizard that has a stomach ache. But every lizard lies on their stomach, isn't it? And we will see what happens on Monday. Like I said before, I don't think this was a wise move. Whatever might have happened between them, which is very sad because, like you said, there's an indication that these guys don't care about us. And it's also an indication that politicians lie a lot. Because I remember in 2015 when they brought out Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. After their political shenanigans that they are now revealing now, and which I would say God catch them, all of them, they sold him to us. They now use religion to sell him to us and say, he's a pastor. They now put a certain church behind him. We all remember that in this country. And all of a sudden it was, you have to vote along this line because this is a pastor and a man of God. But we now see that it was just about political contingency for them. And it's whatever suits them. Politicians will lie in the name of religion, and they will lie in the name of ethnicity. They don't represent the ethnic group. They'll say they are fighting for you, that you're Cape Crusaders. So they lie a lot. Thirdly, I don't know the end game. I don't know the end game. If I say I know it, I'm lying. With all of this he said, people will fight back. When they fight back, we'd like to know the position of President Muhammadu Buhari. Or it could be that from President Muhammadu Buhari's body language, and I'm going to pick a successor, that he knows, things might not go his way in the APC. And that's why he has decided to scatter the table in local parlance. Because this is a clear case of destroying the table.
He reminded me of Donald Trump. Yeah. Really. Like when he found out he lost the election, he came out.
Because there must be an end plan.
The process.
Because we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
No, at this point, why I'm loving this? At this point, they could have ended all this mess in 2019. If these men did not go back to work for Buhari to return, that means we would have tested Buhari for 8 years and seen his level of incompetence and see the level of his nepotism, and they would have walked away, shoulder high, saying, no, we are men of principle. We would not support you, even if it means that the power returns within the Northwest, and say, we beseech the people of the Northwest to give us another candidate. But no, Self, self, self. That was all that was on the table. It wasn't about the people. It wasn't about justice. It wasn't about equity. It wasn't about fairness. It was about self. 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 People, let me tell you. You may criticize people all you like, but think about this. APC will have their convention next week. While Peter Obi was in the PDP, and he wanted the PDP delegates to give him their support, you saw him travel in every single state of the Federation. Atiku traveled to every single state of the Federation through Raymond Dakwesi, the CEO, Managing Director of AIT, African Independence Television. That is, you saw Wike move around Nigeria. Does it mean that Tinubu does not value the South, South, and Southeast? If I'm mistaken, please tell me, have you seen Tinubu anywhere in the Southeast trying to, woo the people of the Southeast to give him their ticket? I haven't. If you have, you tell me. Have you seen like Peter Obi and Nyesom Wike, the way they've gone round the country, Southwest, Southeast, everywhere, asking and begging people to support them? Have you seen Bola Ahmed Tinubu doing that yet? The convention is next week. Have you seen that? I'm not insinuating anything, but I'm making a statement, and this is a statement of fact. The question that you can only ask yourself is why? You do not matter or what? I don't know. You see, that was the same issue I had with Buhari as of 2011. Because as of 2011, Buhari never bothered going down to the Southeast, nor did he bother going down to the South until 2015. Then I asked, how would you want to be a president of a nation? You have some level of disdain for certain people, and you think that is all right. Hybrid 10, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your super chat. Is it super chat? Or yeah, super chat. Let me take your comment. Hybrid says, I love Njenje Media with the objectivity. However, I'm concerned that this platform is now a platform to promote P2B. Not good. Well, if you have anyone who is serious as well, bring him. We will post their news. But for now, we post what we have. Thank you anyway for the super chat. But if you look at these things and let us think, let's not bring emotion into this and let's look at facts. And this man was hoping that he was going to get this. Now he's not getting it. The table is about to be broken. Next week, we are going to see political shockers. Next week, we are going to see crisscrossing and cross-carpeting. Everything cross is going to happen next week. Next week, I have bought my carton of Vice beer. I've bought my carton of Vice beer because it's going to be interesting. When I say interesting, I wouldn't want to let anything out of the bag. For Tinubu to have said what he said yesterday means he has got the memo. The memo has been leaked to him. And some of you, I wouldn't say that some of you will make heaven by the things you guys, by the things you guys are saying. And Ngozi Helen says, that Mazi Tinubu will not bother going around the country because he believes it's turn by turn over the private enterprise of Nigeria. Maybe you're right, I don't know, but I'm only asking questions. Why did others do it? Even Saraki went round not all the states, but he went round almost everywhere. Almost everywhere. That's how you know someone who is serious and someone who wants to make great impact. I only give us three names. Only give us Atiku, only give us Peter Obi, and I only give us Yeson Weekend. You may dislike these people, you may not like them, but the bottom line remains that in the Nigerian political consultations, as they were, you look at it and you say, well, this is how, and this is how people do it. But I'm only questioning why is it? Because if I'm mistaken, please tell me. If you have seen Tinubu in any of the states in the southeast, please do tell me. I am from Anambra State. I cannot remember as a governor, after being governor, if I have seen him in my state of Anambra. Aside when I think one time he came with President Muhammadu Buhari in Imo, I have not seen him in any state of the southeast. I don't know. Maybe I'm not checking right. Is that what a national leader should look like? Well, I'm not a delegate. I collect no dollars. And no one offers me any dollars. But what I have is that I still have my thinking faculties intact. And to think and know when something is not right and something smells fishy. Tinubu is crying. You know, there are in the 90s, I believe, early 2000, there is a program that I can't remember the channel, but it's called The Rich Also Cry. Tinubu is an imposer. He makes choices, rightly so. Recall that even in the last election, Ambode was told point blank that he was not going to be or contest or win the election. And it came to pass. Now, Buhari is trying to borrow the same template. And people are trying to break the table. I say, Kukuma, break them now. We've been waiting now. We've been waiting. In 2015, some people say we put all our egg in one basket, that we didn't like Buhari. Okay? Now we like Buhari. We like him. He's doing well. Nigeria from top to bottom. We like him all. So you have taken 7 years to convince us that Buhari is good. Now we believe Buhari is good.
APC, Nigeria, from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
It's like a space or tumbling. Everything is not funny. They will play me fun. I play. My neighbor press fall.
That's fall. Everything done they fall. Nigeria from top to bottom. But what he tells us is that politicians, as Rufai said here, they only bother about themselves. What happens to the Asaba Declaration? That the Southern governors came together to say that they will collectively engage they will ban open grazing of cows. What happened to that Asaba Declaration of 2021? What happened to the Asaba Declaration that they will say they would demand for a Southern president that if not, they were not going to vote for anybody? So all those rigmarole, all those declarations that was happening was about one person. Then I ask again, where is equity? Where is fairness? And where is justice? You can have peace. Couldn't. You can have peace without justice. I do not like Ojo Zakalo for one bit. I don't like him. Not that I hate him, but for the fact that a man who was given the chance to govern a state, and rather than do that, he commingled and looted the state fund. That puts me in a in contrast with him. And for the fact that a court of competent jurisdiction said that, that eventually took a decision on that case and sentenced him to prison, but on technicalities on another person's case, brought him out, that doesn't take away, for me, in my worldview, that same crime. But we must not throw the baby away with the bathwater. In this case, where and what he wrote with his group, let me see if I can find it. What he wrote with his group, that anyone, let me quickly see if I can find it, that they were going to, and that is, that is the thing, that they were going to make their decision. And that decision is that as long as no one is willing, as long as no one is willing to look to the side of justice, that they were going to vote someone from the Northwest. The argument is, in Nigeria, since 2019, sorry, since 1999, within the South, there are two regions that haven't governed Nigeria. Sorry, within first you have the North-South divide. In the North, you have the Northwest, Northeast, North Central. In the South, you have Southeast, Southwest, South. Goodluck Jonathan from the South, Olusegun Obasanjo from the Southwest. So if anything, presidency by equity and fairness should come to the South, it should be Southeast. I'm not saying that because I'm from the Southeast. If Obasanjo was to be an Igbo person and he has governed Nigeria for 8 years, God bear me witness that I would say the same thing for equity and fairness, that no Igbo person should ever. On this platform, I'll take that individual on. No Igbo person should ever dream of coming close, because there are others in the country. But in this case, if this becomes the case, according to Ojo Zakalo's argument, that the South, if it's not coming to the South, then let it naturally go to North, where they have not had a taste of it, which is the Northeast. But therein, in his own argument, lies the flaw. The flaw therein is, Buhari is by ethnic nationality a Fulani man. Ahmed Lawan, yes, he's from Northeast, but his ethnic nationality is also a Fulani. It means that the whole South, all the leaders, all the governors, they are, let me not use the word I want to use, but in the words of a fellow governor, in the words of a fellow governor, yes, on weekend, he says, here, something.
You don't know what to do with your head. You don't know what to do with your head. If you didn't dare, you didn't dare.
Let me talk. So DSS can come. If you didn't dare, you didn't dare. And in this case, the Southern governors, the Southern collectively, the leaders, you didn't dare. Because you are enabling this to happen. One thing, save this video. I am making a prediction. If this plan works, that the APC will produce someone of a Fulani extraction, PDP produces someone of a Fulani extraction, with P2B in the race, what you will see is a total migration to vote P2B, or only two things will happen. A total distance towards the election. That is my prediction. And again, I say, those who the gods want to kill first, it makes them mad. The pupuas, the pupuyis, and the wiwis and the wiwias, the pampaweras and the pampaweris. Isn't that a time that people will look to yourself and say, come on, let's do the right thing and just bagger off. Let's just basically stop these political rigmarole and do the right thing. But again, in politics, they tell you that there is nothing like justice. There is nothing like equity. It is about the winner takes all. But I tell you that is a very bad spirit of nation building, because if you want to build a nation based on equity, fairness, and justice, you must at all times be ready to make compromises. This evening, something has been trending. It says the national chairman is 75 years old. The chairman screening committee, that is in the person of Oyegun, is 82 years old. The president and leader of the party, both of them are 79 years old. So where is the moral ground to disqualify on the account of age? I'm not saying that anybody was disqualified on the account of age, but it means that 23 people who are contesting in the APC, 10 of them has been disqualified. And I can tell you free of charge. Goodluck Jonathan was among those. Akumi, former Minister of Agriculture, was among. Rocha Sana Yochukwu Okorocha was among. And the rest. But the memo is slightly sinking in. And Tinubu gets the memo and he thinks that they are trying to take away all he has built, all he has worked for. But let's continue. We will then go now and look at what Sheikh Gumi, the Bandit spokesperson, Sheikh Gumi, what he said. Point blank, he said, established ministry for bandits and headers to end insecurity in Nigeria. Sometimes you read some stuff, you think, have I, isn't this the highlight of madness? But hey, this is Nigeria. There is, a lot of things that don't make sense. Senselessness is appears to be the order of the day. So let's quickly look at and review this. But before I do, let's once more go for a commercial break.
London, are you ready? Star Hot Promotions and Olympic Entertainment presents Chief Imo in London, featuring Sister Maggie, Daddy Shoki, Black Paddy, Kevin Sapp, Obaro T-Blaze, Mr. C, Don Nice, MC A1, Vera Tunes, Afro Swag, and many more. Date, Saturday the 11th of June 2022. Time, 6 p.m. till Mama calls. Venue, the Selby Center, Selby Road, Tottenham, London. Ticket, table for 10, £500. Standard ticket, £35. Get your tickets today at www.eventbrite.co.uk or www.cocobar.com. Chief Imo in London. This one go hot, oh. You don't want to miss it. You see past Coca-Cola.
So you don't want to miss it. Like I said to us, I will be there in the evening before the event to have a chat with Daddy Shoki, Chief Imo, and Maggie. So you may wish to join me. Let's sit down, have some drink, and talk about stuff. Now let me finish with this. Create ministry for bandits if we want this insecurity to stop. Create a ministry for the bandits. You ask yourself, are we living in a cuckoo land? But again, his argument is that we created a ministry for the Niger Delta. So that which is good for sheep should also probably be good for goat. And the people that speak grammar will say that which is good for ganja should also be good for the goose, or the other way around, however you want. An Islamic cleric, Sheikh Gumi, has called on the federal government to establish Ministry of Nomadic Affairs to address the grievances of bandits and herders terrorizing the country. Sheikh Gumi spoke Wednesday in Abuja at the Pastoralist and Fulbe Security Conference with the team exploring the contemporary security challenges facing pastoralists and Fulbes in Nigeria. It was jointly organized by Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MACPAN, and the Northern Consensus Movement, NCM. Gumi told journalists that the Fulani headers and other aggrieved groups should be accorded same treatment given to Niger Delta militants, stating that government should focus more attention on these people because they always say they are aggrieved. Okay, there are people who are aggrieved and they tell you that they want to have a referendum. If, in the logic of these arguments, if we can create ministry of bandits because these people are aggrieved, then those who are also aggrieved, demanding and asking for a referendum, you should also give them referendum as they demand. Again, what is good for the goose is also and should and must also be good for the gander. Isn't that logic? I'm just applying logic here, isn't it? People, is that correct? So, as we all know, I found this demand slightly awkward, to be honest and to be fair. I found it awkward why we should be making such demands now. Rather than deal with these issues, because why should you be talking about creating, even the Niger Delta Ministry that was creating was just a conduit channel for stealing and looting. You could have, with the ministries already in existence, you could as well have addressed these issues. How do you address this issue of banditry and the kidnapping? One, carrot and sticks. We would begin to think of how do we stop future bandits and future criminals. Education, child care protection. Many of us don't know that those quote-unquote Amajiri children are being abused sexually and otherwise. Yes, it's a religious, high, kind of sensitive areas people don't want to go to, but who cares? I talk about it, but these are facts, and that's what we deal on here. If we build schools, get children out of school children, reduce it to the barest minimum, conducive environment that their parents will have something doing when they graduate, when they come out of school, those that want to go to higher institutions, those that want to go into apprenticeship, learning, anything, give them sponsorship, ensure that we have a good society. Those that want to engage in criminal, punish them and punish them timely. Underline that word, timely. That is where the many problems bewildering the nation today lie. You get someone who doesn't get tried timely, things are not done on time, you will dilly-dally, the whole thing fades away. But you obviously will be dealing with crime. The moment somebody commits a crime, you get the individual, punish that individual, who cares? Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, who cares? Punish the individual. No, because he's from this tribe. No, let's leave him because he's from the other tribe. No. You do the crime, you do the time. It's as simple as that. So rather than create these things, if we use the channels that we have today by reinforcing them, encouraging them, some of these things we will, of course. So Kingsley, Olusoran so says we have two laws in Nigeria. Well, someone else says we don't have laws in Nigeria. I think, do you know that Nigeria has more voluminous constitution than the United States of America? Even England doesn't have a constitution because it's not written yet. If we are serious, even the laws we have in Nigeria today, by the time we begin to implement them, our senses will come back. But again, we probably just want to angle on just create more laws, do this, do this, do this. Without implementation, you can write law from here to Kafanshan to Sokoto. It means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. People, that's it for me this evening. And I say thank you very much for being part of it. I'm trying to keep this in 1 hour. Join me tomorrow again. Tomorrow is Saturday. While a lot is still happening, we will be coming back to analyze more. But again, let's see how it goes. Now, there is a video that I was sent. I will play it, and the video is that Nigeria has gone from top to bottom, but someone is promising to make it from consumption to production. Enjoy. And I say, while I am going to have my beer now to enjoy the meltdown, because I'm loving it. I'm loving it. These are things we saw before, but again, we were accused and we were called names. Now everybody's seeing it. While I'm going to go back and enjoy that. And I say, and I leave it to us this evening. I say, enjoy your evening. And I am still Mazes, okay? And I say to you, please, 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 kindly subscribe to this platform, share this video, like, and also follow me on Twitter if you're not already doing so. My Twitter handle is @Mazes, okay? If you are not following me, please do follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle here @Mazes, okay? If you wish to send us email, you can use njenje@gmail.com, or you send me private message, mazes@gmail.com. I would endeavor. Yes, I know we are busy, but I will endeavor everything I do to ensure that I respond to you. On that note, I say thank you very much for being part of this and enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Nigeria, from top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom.
From consumption to production. From consumption to production. From consumption to production. Of our country today is consumption and not production. It is sharing and not creating. That I want to move the country from consumption to production. A country of 200 million people with a land size of 923,000 square kilometers cannot produce, feed itself, no export. Okay. Solo Francis, let's go.
Carry me they go, Vitobi carry me they go for better Nigeria. Carry us they go, Vitobi carry us they go for better Nigeria.
From consumption
Vitobi
to
carry me they
production.
go for better Nigeria. Carry us they go, Vitobi carry us they go for better Nigeria. Shebi na Labour Party, na there we they go. Carry us they go, Vitobi carry us they go for better Nigeria. A new Nigeria is possible with P2B. Anywhere you go, now there we go. For better Nigeria, now there we go. Now Labour Party, now there we go. For better economy, now there we go. A new Nigeria is possible with P2B.
Peter Obi Support Network.
London, are you ready? Star Hot Promotions and Olympic Entertainment presents Chief Imo in London, featuring Sister Maggie, Daddy Shoki, Black Paddy, Kevin Sapp, Obaro T-Blaze, Mr. C, Don Ice, MCA1, Vera Tunes, Afro Swag, and many more. Date, Saturday the 11th of June 2022. Time, 6 p.m. till Mama calls. Venue, the Selby Center, Selby Road, Tottenham, London. Ticket, table for 10, £500. Standard ticket, £35. Get your tickets today at www.eventbrite.co.uk or www.cocobar.com. Chief Imo in London. This one go hot, oh. You don't want to miss it. You sweet past Coca-Cola, oh. You know be bitter cola. Your backside